Well, you talked about, I think it was on Drink Champs, how you were one of the guys that basically brought together Bloods and Crips. They were all working with you.
Well, the drug business did it.
The drug
I
business.
didn't do it by myself.
Right, but you would sell to both, even though you were not a Crip, but you were from a Crip neighborhood
Correct.
and affiliated with the Hoovers. The Bloods would still come, and you would sell to them just the same.
Yeah. Well, I when you say affiliated, I lived in that neighborhood, but I was affiliated with the Bloods too,
Yeah.
because the Bloods went to our elementary school before the neighborhood separated. So I was affiliated with both then, all along. I never stopped being affiliated. I just never chose sides.
When you talked about how when money comes in the picture, people put aside their differences.
Sometimes. Most of the time. I think most people will try to find a way to compromise when money's involved.
Yeah. Yeah. And during that time, I mean, these days, YG and Nipsey Hussle were doing songs, and you didn't have these color lines like you did in the 80s
Right.
and the 90s.
In the 80s, that wouldn't have happened.
A Blood
No
and a
way.
Crip doing a song together,
No
that was considered insane.
No
Even
way
being in
would
the same
happen.
studio together was considered crazy.
The same block, even.
Right.
I mean, it was ridiculous back then. So now you got Crips wearing red, and when I was in junior high school, my mom bought me a pair of red Converse, and everybody at the school teased me until I wore those shoes out. I used to drag my foot to school every day so I could wear those shoes out as quick as possible. But it's just a different environment now. Not as important as it used to be, and it changed a little bit. Hopefully for the better.
Yeah, people like Big U, who I've interviewed, who is actually involved with the city to do conflict resolution in some of these neighborhoods.
I would like to see the program that I have implemented in every community because it's been successful. What we do with the kids, what we do with the homies that's coming home from prison, offering them jobs, helping them do stuff, is you can say what we used to be, but you can say now as men we make decisions that are productive to our communities.
I see you on the street with bus loads of kids.
Yeah.
So what he's doing is definitely needed, and to have somebody like you pushing that line, the way he's pushing it now is something that everybody looks to, and follow the leader,
Yeah, I mean, he talked about in our interview how the murder rate in LA is the lowest since there's been gangs in LA. It's that low now.
That's good. But and LA's changing too. LA is not as black and Hispanic as it used to be. So it's gentrifying. So the murder rate is probably going to continue to fall because the people who used to live there, who are not as sophisticated. I was in St. Louis one time and I was doing a radio show, and a guy who was also doing the show with me, he had did a survey on the people who got killed in St. Louis that year, and he said none had a high school diploma. And what that told me is that not being educated had a direct effect on you being able to live.